Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to Game 2 of 8.
How's your energy doing? Has the energy drink kicked in yet?
Not really, but
No?
I'm doing okay.
We're waiting there. You know,
we're doing okay.
We're doing okay so far. All right, Mr. MaximusBlack.
Yes, sir.
Hit me up with your best Prince impersonation.
All right, all right. That's about as high as I go.
That's kind of impressive, to be completely honest with you. I never could understand any words came out of his mouth.
I do sometimes.
Like you catch it.
He's a really good artist. Like
he's crazy.
I remember back in the day when I was a
artist.
kid, I thought Prince and Michael Jackson were the same person.
I think there was a period of time where I thought the same thing.
And then, as I got older, I was like, holy shit, Prince is not Michael.
No.
Not even close.
Not even, although they're both very feminine.
Yep, very feminine. Prince really, really feminine.
Very, I mean, he probably has a vagina, let's be honest.
Yeah, or at least a clit.
Yeah.
Like on balls.
On the
one of those. Never mind.
On the flip side, though, he did nail what's her name.
He nailed all kinds of great things.
Yeah, but
I don't know what he nailed, but he
son of a bitch. What's her name? What's her name? Somebody in the chat's gonna.
Or you'll think about it right after this.
I'll think about it right after this cast, and they'll be.
He's really good at like playing instruments too. Like he's underrated for that shit. Well, I guess he's not underrated, but people don't know that.
No, he's a pretty good guitar player, and he's pretty good at a few things. One thing he's not good at is having testosterone. And being a generally, decent human being. Have you ever heard stories of when he goes to concerts and stuff, the stuff that he gets people to do?
Nope.
When he was here in Halifax, you know what he asked for? Because Natalie works there, right? At the Metro Center, right?
Yeah.
You know what he asked for?
What?
There was a chip out of one of the pieces of tile in the ceiling. He wanted somebody to replace that tile in the ceiling.
Are you serious?
And he wanted the room cleaned 4 times. It was scoured. He said, "Not clean enough. Do it again." And then he found the chip in the one ceiling tile, that drop ceiling.
Yeah.
He's like, "Go get another panel." I would have punched him in the throat. That's just ridiculous, dude.
Yeah, no, that is.
If I was one of the workers and I walked in,
man.
And he turned around and said that to me, I would have looked at him and went, "No, I don't care who you are."
I would have just pulled out a gun and started shooting the ceiling.
I would have walked over to him. I would have looked down at him and said, "Hey, Prince."
I mean, his name's Prince.
Yeah, he was actually Prince. I would say, "Hey, Prince, ask me how many of your songs I know. Go ahead." He'd be like, "Well, how many? None."
Michael, baby, Michael.
I would have actually. You know what I've done instead? I would have chipped every other ceiling tile in the entire room and walked away.
Yeah.
Went with a stick and be like, "I'm here to fix the." Anyway,
right, well,
introducing the players while things are happening right now. That was
like the longest segue. Prince starting up here in the top right position.
Yeah.
And SleepeR, and here comes the first push out here with the Stalker
Zealot. This is standard stuff.
And, oh yeah, very standard. And unfortunately, he's going to lose that Stalker.
Wow.
The Zealot does stay alive, and sometimes losing this this first unit or two will sort of make the Terran want to go in there a little bit quicker and push. And
at the very least, it dictates map control very early on. I mean, obviously now Terran has map control, and he's going to keep it for probably the next like 4 or 5 minutes, or at least before the next time the Protoss pushes out. And by the looks of it, it's looking an awful lot like a 3-gate. Maybe some Stalker play, maybe even just an expand coming up, but it's going to be hard for him to do that when the Terran is breathing down his throat with all these units that didn't even get hit yet.
Yep, fortunately for him, the warp gate research is finished up. He's going to be able to take out maybe another Stalker here.
Nice micro, there you go.
Very nice,
yeah. That a girl.
So, yeah, here comes the warp cycle, and it looks like Prince is going to be okay.
Yeah, he's going to be okay.
Pulling those probes, very nice. I think a little over the top now. He can run back, definitely.
Wow, okay, no, this is a bad choice. Probes are going to...
There you go.
There you go.
Very nice. So that was a good defense there from the Prince. Still not completely out of trouble quite yet. Gonna lose another probe here, possibly.
Yep.
Another one does fall down. Let's take a look at how much damage was dealt. 6 probe kills. So not too bad.
Yeah, not bad at all. I didn't catch if he did salvage that bunker. I'm going to assume he did. There wasn't any major threats, and he's going to actually, the looks of it, sacrifice at least one of these to get rid of his zealot. So all in all, that was a pretty decent maneuver there by SleepeR. I don't know what he accomplished except for the fact that he has now basically just moved himself a little bit further up the tech tree here. He's going to get his expansion and his stim pack. While back at home, Protoss is still only mining off of that 1 gas. And it looks like he's going to expand himself and just delay probably what he was going to assume to be a little bit of an earlier push.
Yeah, I think things are sort of even at this point in the game.
This is where everybody needs to go home, and that's what Prince is doing.
Yeah, I mean, he definitely can't run up this ramp with that bunker that just finished up. He had some SCVs there just in case he decided to push the ramp and push his luck so he could repair that, but that was not the case, does not need it. The Nexus has gone down here for Prince. And, of course, the command center is just about finished up and will likely move that right over. He might turn it into an orbital command first and then push her down, but we'll soon find out. Factory gone down as well, so we still may see. It's gonna the usual 10-minute Terran push is going to be late for obvious reasons, but I think we're probably going to see a starport right after this factory, and then he'll start double pumping those medevacs. And then we'll probably see the push there from SleepeR.
Yeah, no, that makes pretty good sense. I would actually be surprised to see SleepeR not push out with like a +1 at this point, because he has to imagine that the Protoss is going to be prepared for anything less than that. And I think he would actually hurt himself if he didn't push up here. Otherwise, he's going to have to bring a hell of a lot more with him in order to get the work done. Because right now, what you're seeing back in SleepeR space is he's getting ready to just set up shop and get up his own tech tree. And if he waits too much longer, he's going to be way more than ready for this. He's going to have his nice stock account up. He already has a couple of sentries there, just preparing for the worst. The observer is going to be out, and he's going to spot what's going on down in the base of SleepeR. But yeah, right now, very even all around. Prince ahead in the lead a little bit in terms of food count, but I think that's probably more to do with army than anything, because you can see, actually, oh, wait, we are 5 up in terms, or no, 7 up in terms of workers, and then, of course, the 2 mules are probably going to even that up by all accounts, but very even now that those first couple of exchanges is going on, and I'm still not entirely sure what Prince plans on doing in the long run here. I think all we're seeing right now is him setting up shop, and he hasn't. It doesn't look like he's really decided. I don't know if he's going to be doing Colossi or what.
Well, I think he's just waiting for this observer to go over here and really scout out and see exactly what SleepeR's doing. He knows that there isn't any extractors on that natural expand. He's going to go up here and see the starport, so he's going to know that medevacs are going to be double pumped out very, very shortly. In fact, they're already on the way, only 1 in production. So I think now we're probably going to see that tech, and there it is. There is the Robo Bay on the way. So we're going to see some giraffes out very shortly. I'd love to see this. There it is. There's the 4th assimilator. He's going to need that gas to save up. He is ahead right now by 7 probes to 33 SCVs. So he's definitely doing good in the economy, but he still needs to watch it. I mean, you can't count Terran out. He is going to do a little bit of push right now. He should have out 1 giraffe by the time
it'll be
he gets
freakishly close, even if chronoed.
Well, I mean, by the time he does the force fields and
stuff,
whatnot, he should be able to buy himself enough time, unless one medevac does a small drop into his base, or he decides to sort of run all the way up this 3rd and then come in this way. But that giraffe needs to get out ASAP. He is chrono boosting that. He's going to use his factory for vision, and he's probably going to take down these rocks, and, well, we're going to find out if he's going to buy himself enough time. In fact, I think he might have enough here. As long as he hits decent force fields, he may be able to hold just with this.
Yeah, no, it looks like the army composition is pretty damn good there for Prince, and he would be, just like Mr. Black said, probably okay if he hit a couple of decent force fields for the time being. He's just trying to go back and forth and see just where the main focus of the army is going, and right now, making a wise decision to move across, as we do see the Terran in SleepeR making his way up across to where the 3rd is, and he's going to come up the ramp here from the backside. Now, this may or may not be a great decision for SleepeR, because as we were saying, a couple of force fields, especially easier in this position, might be enough to help him stay the course of the Terran. He's going to actually drop up here, which is a great move. Yep. The majority of, or no, the entire army of Prince is down on the bottom of the ground. The giraffe is down, and of course, no thermal lance is out yet, and so this is going to be a pretty good drop. He's probably going to get at least a few kills here on probes,
easy,
and then get out of here and come back for another day, unless, of course, all the probes went away.
Oh, and unfortunately, he loses that giraffe. It was out of position. His sentry goes down with full energy as well, and here comes the Marauders, dealing serious damage to this one gateway. Should be in at this mineral line, killing as many probes as possible. Manages to lift off, saving some of those units. The probes, all this unused mining time, which is pretty sour. And still, he could have gotten rid of this Nexus by now, and
he
now
still
he's
might.
finally
He still might actually
focusing on that.
Those are all Marauders, and so they might actually get rid of that. It's going to be really damn close.
He's overstemmed, and no.
Oh, he's going to get out of there.
See, if he didn't waste so much time killing, you know, a pointless gateway, he definitely could have gotten rid of that Nexus. And here's another drop, and still these probes not able to do much. In fact, they are right-clicked, it seems, on this gateway
they are all going for that gateway to get it as close in as possible. And look at this, a little bit of a counter drop of its own for Prince right now. Just a couple of Zealots in here, and this is a really great move for Protoss to do to divert the attention of the Terran, especially when drops have happened in the base of the Protoss. And very nice work there to keep him out. And now it looks like Prince is actually going to be in a pretty damn good position from this. These 4 Zealots have done just enough work to basically allow him to get himself back in the game here, and down that goes.
Yeah, sour about that, losing a little bit of minerals, a little bit of units in that medevac. And speaking of minerals, I was thinking about these probes. They need to start mining again.
He has had 0 mining time for a while.
But luckily for him, he didn't lose a serious amount of probes. I mean, take a look
at the
at
worker
the damage
count.
dealt here.
Yep.
20 SCVs to 40 probes. But of course, we do have 6 OP mules down, and that's going to be instant 5K.
Yeah, that'll even everything up. In fact, it will put you way the hell ahead.
Well, that just seems awfully
that's unfortunate, isn't it? That's just so highly unfortunate when that happens.
That's the great thing about Terran, is as long as they can deal some sort of damage, they're usually still in the game.
That's why when you attack a Terran, you're almost better off killing off their production more than their actual workers, because at the end of the day, the workers being killed doesn't always actually secure you anything because of the mules. So getting rid of factories and barracks, or even just additions, is usually a better way to go when you're trying to cripple a Terran, simply because those mules will bring you back from the grave, dude.
Yeah, absolutely.
They will bring you back from the grave. But it looks like, once again, everything has stabilized on both sides. It seems SleepeR is looking to go in again here pretty soon. He's bringing up some more units and gathering outside the front of Prince's Natural. We still don't have Thermal Lance, interestingly enough, although he's been a little starved for minerals for a while, so that's not overly surprising.
Yeah, actually, he doesn't even have a robo anymore. Sour about that. I mean, Terran, it doesn't seem like he did a whole lot of damage, but he hurt him pretty bad. I mean, yeah, I was kind of harping on him for killing that gateway, but I mean, that was one less production he's able to use to warp in units. The robo went down. There was a lot of mining time missed out. But I don't think this is going to be enough. I mean, that giraffe is going to do some serious damage.
That was a great placement of that friggin' factory to create a choke point.
Oh, wow. He kept the giraffe alive, and this is going to be extremely close. Those Zealots are dealing way too much damage and forced to pick off. And like Adam said, that was a really nice placement there of the factory. Some of those units were actually attacking that, and not the units. Not only that, it created a nice little block, choke point. So the Zealots couldn't get a super crazy surround, although they still did fairly well.
And I have seen that done a couple of times. We saw that we casted a match. I don't remember if it was a live one or not, where it was it might have even been during one of our tournaments, where somebody actually landed that so perfectly that it blocked the entire half of an army and actually secured a victory for somebody. That's something that you don't see a lot of Terrans do. They bring the factories up for the vision, but don't actually ever use it for utilitarian means other than the vision. And sometimes, like you just saw there, it's actually really beneficial to land it, especially if you can get one of those, forced artificial choke points that you can use for the time being. And it certainly helped him secure a couple more unit kills before having to get out of there, but those Zealots just too strong. Too strong. Now we're seeing some upgrades start to come into play. We have lags coming for the Zealots out of Prince, and we also have the Templar Archives, so we're going to start to see some storms being thrown around, sir.
Yeah, I think that's really, really important at this point. And if I was SleepeR in this game, I would have started producing some Viking, and I would slowly start making the switch if I was Prince into getting Blink and getting the Storm. Obviously, Blink would be used to snipe off any Vikings, and Storm would just be a nice AoE that you just need against a bio ball. You just need
that bio ball, yeah.
I mean, giraffes can only work for so long.
So we're going to see another little drop here.
We do have a nice little drop over this way, and that missile turret is going to be there.
Oh, no!
Going to be able to take that down. And in the meantime, here comes a big drop from SleepeR.
Wow.
A huge Doom drop. One of these medevacs still has a bunch of units inside, and the Prince, not wasting any time once again, is going to try and save as many probes as possible. and forced to run all the way up this way. And unfortunately, the Prince sort of making a mistake, not having a decent amount of units waiting for a drop. You know it's inevitable, it's going to happen. And he really needs to think about having a high temp, you know, a couple of Zealots and a Stalker.
It looks like
down that way.
Yeah, it looks like out front is SleepeR. Did SleePR roll in with a bunch of? Yeah, he did. He rolled up multiple in drops. Front as well, just walking around the front of the natural of Prince, and now he's got attacks happening from all sides. And look at that, we actually see the Prince down there getting rid of those add-ons with those Zealots. And it's not going to make much difference, though. I think we're going to be seeing a very close to game over scenario here. This drop was absolutely freaking epic, but man, that Archon putting in some work, and never mind, he cleans it up very handily. Yeah, that the double drops, you know, from Terran is very difficult to deal with if you're not prepared for it. Like you said, he didn't have anything there ready for the inevitable drop, especially on the main, and wasn't super prepared, so he did lose quite a bit, but in the end of the day, did a pretty damn good job of holding his own there, created the Archons immediately, forgot about storms, no energy probably even ready for a storm, and now he is going to try and return the favor.
Well, he has to. He has to go now, and he's doing exactly that. If he waits, he's hurt. He knows, well, I don't know if he knows if the Terran's on 3, yes he does. He knows the Terran's on 3 base. We know that if he gives SleepeR enough time, he's just going to remax. He's already got a bunch of medevacs still alive. He's doing another drop here. He's just being harassed all over the place, and he's got a beautiful unit composition. He's got a Sentry with full energy. We got some high temps ready to storm. We got a couple of Archons, Zealots, and Stalkers.
This is a great composition.
This is basically what you need to win the game.
Oh, and a Colossus.
And all it's going to take here is one decent storm. He needs to back up these Zealots, bait them in, and then chuck down that storm. But some decent stutter step here from SleepeR. But I think the Prince got this, bro.
No, the Prince is about to drop some serious pain. The unit composition here is just absolutely crushing for the Prince. And there's another storm, and everywhere storms. Prince is bringing the rain.
Yep.
Purple rain.
The purple rain, absolutely. There it is. There it is. Oh,
yes!
Purple rain. Nice.
Yes.
Like that.
The only song I actually know.
I like that.
I don't know the actual song, though, is the funny part. I just know that that's the name of the song.
Did you ever see the movie?
Purple Rain?
Yeah.
No.
He has like a Prince movie.
Of course he does. That's not overly surprising. But there you go, ladies and gentlemen. The Prince with the proper attack there. He was getting... It's kind of like the same idea as if you're getting harassed with mutas constantly. There comes a point where you just get so hurt that you just have to go.
You have to.
You have to force him away.
That's all they're doing is buying time. And if you guys are obviously watching this, if you want to know how to really hold off the drops, and I mean, this isn't going to be the answer from God himself, but you're definitely going to want to have a small group of units. Just put them on hotkey 2 or whatever. Just like one high temp, a couple of Zealots, and a Stalker just for these drops. And also, very importantly, putting a pylon here and a pylon here
for quick warp-ins.
Well, it's not only for quick warp-ins. You really don't need. It's the vision. That's what it's for. I mean, the warp-ins, yeah, sometimes that can help, but
you can catch them retreating sometimes.
It's mainly to see it coming. For warp-ins, you want to hide a pylon here, and you want to hide a pylon here. That way, when the Terran does have a third, you can warp in a couple of either Zealots or a couple of high temps, get us some storms off. And also this way, if you put a pylon here and he's holding the tower, he actually can't see the pylon. So say if the Terran's doing an attack on your base, and you deal some damage, you scare him off with high temps, his units are really hurt, he's stimming out, and he's running all the way back.
You can catch him with his pants down.
You can boom, 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 warp in a thing of Zealots, and you have charge, and then pick them all off, and then you can go in and do your counter. So it's just basically having pylons all around the map for easy access, and that's something that the Prince really didn't do, but he had a good game sense to actually go and counter when he had taken maximum damage, but took minimal unit damage. So he knew just to go and give her. Because, I mean, if this would have died, I mean, he's screwed.
Yeah, he's dead.
He's pretty much done.
But if he sat back, he was dead anyway.
He was dead even more.
So you have one option only, and that's to go and see what you can accomplish. And but yeah, well done by both gentlemen. Pretty good game all around. Can't complain.
And also, guys, just for your information, in case you didn't know, Storm, it deals up to 80 damage, and it does 10 damage per half a second. So, and it lasts for 4 seconds, so you can do up to 80 damage.
80 damage across that time.
80 damage across that time.
So if you stick a Marine in the middle of that storm, the Marine is not going to have a great day.
No, it goes pretty much near death. I think a Marine might have 100 or 90 health. No? Oh, wait, no, 55.
No, that's 55 health.
Okay, well, all right. Well, when you get armor and stuff, but yeah. Okay. Well, there you have it.
It does terrible damage.
If he sits underneath it, it'll die.
Yeah. He's gonna have a
but usually
bad
they're
time.
stimming and moving all over the place. So, but yeah, that's just for yo info. In case you didn't know, they do a lot of damage.
Just keep them alive.
Yeah.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, that is game what, 2? Yes.
2.
Game 2. We are now moving into game 3. We'll see you guys soon.
Peace.